If you're manifesting your SP, does it really mean that you are pathetic and you're in a very low vibrational frequency? No. I've seen creators talk about how pathetic people are who are manifesting their specific person. Going to clear a lot of questions for you and concerns if you're manifesting your SP, because I talk about this. I manifested my specific person. In this video, I'm going to talk about what specific person is. What does it mean? Who are we even talking about? And in the second part of the video, I'm going to talk about a specific person with whom you have negative circumstances and history, and how to deal with that manifestation, whether you should manifest them or not, okay? Under what circumstances. But a big disclaimer, before you manifest anything or anyone, you need to be clear about what you want and why you want it, whether you should want it. Does this person really deserve it? I'm going to talk later about it. So what is specific person? Specific person is not necessarily a person you know. It may be, right? Because we're talking about specific person specifically. Looking at it from another perspective, specific person represents someone. Let's say you want a partner, you don't know them though. Potential partner, let's say, to have specific qualities, either personality, behavior, how they treat you, how they make you feel. However, you don't know them, right? You haven't met them yet, and you don't even know who you're going to attract in terms of how they look. But wanting qualities in a person, this is the way I manifested. And I manifested the qualities, right? But I didn't know who he's going to be because I didn't attach the image on a person. So specific person can be a specific person with the qualities, material qualities, the way they dress or the way they live their life or where they live. Like you can put a lot of different specifics, to manifest. And this is how I teach, because you need to be very specific in who you want. Person is not only someone you know. Just want to clear that out, because a lot of creators are very ignorant. They do not understand the specific person thingy. I've been manifesting since 2015. I know a lot of things. I understand relationship dynamics to such a degree. Older people come to me for help in terms of relationships because I am so observant. I've been journaling about relationship dynamics for years. And if you open my journals, you will understand, like, when I do this, this happens. When they do this, that happens. I would constantly observe relationship dynamics. And that's why I talk about what I talk about. A lot of the things are our problem. Trust me, it's not even other people. Is it really pathetic to manifest your SP, someone you know, but with whom you have a very negative, shitty circumstance, history? Is it really pathetic? No. Why? Because first of all, if they really mistreated you, why do you want to manifest them? You got to have discernment. Don't just manifest because you feel hurt. I'm not talking about that, but I'm assuming people know. You know what I mean? If they were shitty to you, like to a point where disrespectful, unacceptable, abusive, why would you want to even go back? Why would you even want to manifest them, right? We're not talking about these kinds. We're talking about the other kinds, the other specific people that we met in our life, but we fucked it up ourselves. And what do I mean by that? We were insecure. We overthought. Okay, when you understand psychology, when you understand everyone is you pushed out, what I talk about on my account, law of assumption, not just pop culture stuff, talking about the depth. And when you see it play out in your dynamics, unless you notice, as much as I tell you, you're not going to understand it. That's why I'm telling you guys to practice. You should see how these laws work. They really fucking work like that. Your self-concept, right? How it creates your reality, how it creates the way people treat you. You haven't experienced the opposite of that. That's why it's easy to assume that this is it. But it's all habitual. So a lot of the times I know, like I've observed, I meditated for years now. Like I know what I'm talking about, okay? I've met a lot of people. I realized that when I was reflecting on my past relationship before I manifested my current marriage, I wanted to manifest the healthiest shit ever. And I did not want to create the same old result, because every single time I would meet different people, but they would remind me of the same emotions. So it was me, it was my thing. That's why I realized, like, we are creating our own reality. All the doubts, insecurities on the inside that we feel, they're going to drive our behavior in relationship at some point. And if you're not regulating your nervous system, if you're allowing your unconscious states to take you over and dictate your behavior, you become a predictable person. If you're like codependency issues, which I had to deal with that. Manifesting your specific person is not pathetic. What if you fucked it up with them? The reason why they did not commit to you is because you were codependent. That's what I'm trying to say. And when you are accountable, when you understand what your responsibility was and where you fucked it up and how you created these circumstances, you will realize that, oh my gosh, they were not even a problem. In this case, yes, you should manifest your specific person, because a lot of the times we just like to project onto other people how we feel. This is not a good thing to do. Trust me, the next person will be the same thing. And that's what people don't realize. Because you consciously step in and dictate your feeling states, okay, and be in charge of how you getting attached to a person. Because we're just getting attached unconsciously, and then we demand them to make us happy. If this is what's happening, right? And this is what happened with your specific person, the reason why they pulled away or got a third party or didn't want to commit, whatever, because of this behavior, then of course you would manifest. Because let me tell you my personal experience. When I was manifesting this guy, it was the same issue, right? I had a lot of insecurities. I had a lot of doubts in me. I wouldn't even ask for what I wanted because I was just like hoping to get it, And obviously, you don't get nothing unless you become clear in your mind and in the way you act. So I was not acting in accordance with what I wanted. How can I demand? And then obviously, a person didn't give me that. So what I did, right, I worked on myself for a long time. I pulled away. Once I changed my personality, I changed those insecurities. And by the way, trust me, every single one comes back. Every single, like the relationships from the past, all of them, all of those people will come back and they will be begging you to like marry them. I'm telling you, it happened to me. I suggest you don't even connect with them, you know, like especially if there's a history, negative circumstances, a wrong perception of each other. You need to pull away. You need to work on your self-concept and not talk to them for some time. But while you're doing your work, while you're not focusing on them, you're not demanding even energetically them to give you attention, or why are they not calling, or why did this happen, da da da. You have to really, really sit with yourself and understand how you've contributed and what needs to be changed. Trust me, even that inner work, even though you don't imagine or doing any methods how to manifest them back, while you're doing this work, your frequency is higher than it was. And when people tap into your energy field, they're going to feel that you are blissful, that you're joyful without them. This makes them want to come back and change for you. And the more you persist in that, working on yourself, and when they come back, you have to remain that. You know, you have to remain that independent and watch yourself inside so that you don't get codependent, so that you don't start depending on them again for happiness. Because this happens to me even still. You know, it's a constant work. That's why you got to familiarize yourself with that work during shadow work and then do it when you're with people. I can do energetic exercises while I'm talking to people. That's how you will become. But yeah, I do suggest manifesting your specific person when you're accountable for how your unconscious states contributed.